Alrighty. Thank you for listening. Let's get this story started. Like and subscribe, first of all, though. All right. So, to protect the identity of my friend, let's just call him Kevin. So, this is a true story, obviously. And check out my other stories too. So, Kevin, I met him my freshman year of college. So, first of all, I'm 24. I graduated college 2 years ago, about 2 years ago. And this kid, Kevin, he didn't go to my college, but he went to community college at the time, which was nearby. It was only like a town over, right? And he had a number of friends at the college I went to. Uh, so so that's why I was able to meet him. There was one night I met him through a friend of a friend, and from then on, no, it was through one friend, and so from then on we like kind of clicked, and then like we hung out also with like my other friends or whatever. He was cool, and so what happened was I hung out with him for the rest of that freshman year of college. And then sophomore year of college, I ended up finding out, or yeah, sophomore year of college, I didn't really see him much. And then I think it was right before junior year of college is where I found out he wasn't friends with my good friend at the time anymore, which was a big deal because that good friend of mine that wasn't Kevin was a lot closer to me at the time than Kevin. Uh, and my junior year, I was gonna live, or yeah, I was gonna live with that other friend, you know. So I didn't want to even bother getting in between that beef. Also, considering I haven't really seen Kevin in a while and I haven't really actively as much been hanging out with him. So I decided to just not hang out with Kevin anymore for a while. Uh, but then it's a long story, but that person that I was friends with, that I was rooming with junior year of college, turned out to not be a very good person at all. Meaning he did some very unacceptable things. So me and my friend groups stopped hanging out with him. So because of that, I didn't run after Kevin to hang out with him. I thought to myself, you know what? If Kevin ever hits me up to hang out someday, then I'd be down, you know? And that actually ended up happening a little after I graduated college. Maybe like a year after I graduated college or less, something like that. And yeah, we reconnected. We hung out multiple times so far. Um, and then interesting stuff happened. He admitted to me that he was actually homeless when we were freshmen in college. I'm not sure why he didn't share that information with me before. Maybe he didn't know me too well and didn't want to freak me out or something like that. Which personally, for his situation, I wouldn't have been freaked out. But I don't know. I don't know his reasoning. I understand why people want to keep some things private, especially that. So I thought it was an interesting story. So he is from a town that's really nice. That's next to me. And his parents kicked him out because he was selling weed and just doing a lot of random drugs and just constantly partying. So they didn't want to deal with any of that. So that's why they kicked him out. So he ended up living in a town that's not so good, which is where the my college is. So that's only one more town over. So Well, meaning it depends on what part of town. Certain parts of that town is good, other parts are not so good. But what he did was, at first he told me like he would sleep at the train station, um, at a bench or whatever, and like certain other places. But there were like police different times that told him like he's not allowed to sleep there or whatever. So there were some homeless people who helped guided him in the right direction, in the sense they helped provide him advice on what to do and where to go when being homeless, where to be able to like get food, or what places they could actually legally sleep at, or technically legally, or not be caught in sleeping at. So it would be difficult though in that town. They literally had to go like in this little tank kind of area, uh, in like foresty area. So it sucked for him in that regard, but especially considering it was like a decent amount of the winter time he was homeless too. He was homeless for about 6 months. So now looking back at it, it makes a lot of sense, because what he would do is he would stay over that friend I used to have dorm, and certain other friends of his and friends of mine or whatever. He would stay over their dorm a lot and just be hanging out around my college a lot, and just trying to connect with a lot of people. Not really because of only like being able to use them for like shelter and other needs, but also in the sense he just was having a good time and stuff like that with all those people. But then there was one point where his parents were able to get in contact with him and let him know that if he comes back and sobers up, or no, if he sobers up, um, and gets like proper treatment for it, then they'll let him back. And you know what he did? He did just that, and he's been sober since then. He does drink here and there, uh, but he drinks more for the most part responsibly, and also he has the jewel, you know. But other than that, he doesn't do anything else, and he hasn't since uh, towards the end of that freshman year of college. So I applaud him on that. And also, he's been working hard full time, got a good gig. He's got his life together. So another thing too that's really respectful of him is he decided one day, like a few years after him being homeless, to go back to that area to give $100 or so to each and every homeless person who helped him out during that rough time. So that's real nice, good stuff. So that was that story. Check out my other stories. Like and subscribe. I got some interesting stuff that's happened in and around my life. Thank you for listening. Bye bye.